up, YouTube? It's your girl Rachel. So I finally figured out when my camera keeps stopping mid-record and like shutting off. It's overheating. So this explains a lot. I understand. I was in the middle of filming this for the first time around and it did the overheating thing and just shut off while I was holding it. So thought I would just start again. Basically, I call it an apartment just because it's easier to say, but really it's kind of similar to a dorm where it's just an individual room and then it's a big hallway of rooms. You have a shared kitchen, a shared kind of living space. And so that's kind of the dynamic going on here. I thought I would explain this all while I'm in my room and I can kind of talk as loud as I want versus the hallway or in the open space, just because in France it's a very individualized society. It's not so much as in the first day of dorms in college, for example, we would go down and knock and be like, "Hi, I'm Rachel, nice to meet you, you know, I'll have my door open if you need me, blah, blah, blah," to make friends. Here it's very individualized. I don't even know who my neighbors are, for example. I would never even think about knocking on the door either because it's not that kind of society where you would just be like, "Hi, be my friend." So I thought I would do most of the explaining in here and then I could go out, kind of show you what I'm talking about, and then we can come back and just do a big analysis of everything that's going down. So I'm going to show you, first of all, this is my room. Obviously, here's a sneak peek. You're not really seeing much right now, so that's good. My room is, of course, 9 meters squared, which is very small. If you want to look it up and convert it to whatever the US customary system is, go for it, but I haven't even bothered. I just know that it's small. You probably couldn't fit more than 4 people standing in here at a time. It's just not very well planned out. And so I also have a little bathroom attached in here, which is literally the same thing as an airplane bathroom. You'll see in a minute. And then there is the big hallway, of course, which is just doors that look similar. And that's where I thought it would look like a dorm when I first got in here, because it's just a row of doors. And then there's a shared kitchen in between this wing and the other wing. And then there's stairs and elevator, and it leads down to ground zero, which here in Europe, instead of the first floor being the first floor is actually the second floor. So you start off on the ground or 0 floor and then you go up to the first floor. So there is 8 floors technically, with 7 of them being living spaces, and the ground 0, the ground floor being where the secretary is, where the shared living area is. And if I have time, I'll go down and show you that, but I'm just trying to avoid talking to a camera alone as much as possible. So I'm going to shut this camera off now, let it cool down, and then when I turn it back on, I'll do the hallway, the kitchen, and then I'll bring it back in here and do the actual room tour of the whole space. So see you in a minute. Alright, so we are on the basic foyer, I guess you could say, of my floor. This is where the stairs all connect if you wanted to go up and down. Here's a nice window view that you get when you first come up the stairs and hit the floor. And then every floor has a different kind of color scheme, I realize. So mine is red. Here's the big 3 for floor 3. And here's the elevator if you're being lazy, which I often am. So here is door number 1 to the kitchen that comes from the left wing. And yeah, so there's a big window because we don't really have like a ventilation system for the stove. So you often will open the window and it's always very cold in here. Here's the 2 little stove tops, and it took me forever to figure out how to work them because you have to like electrically push the buttons. Yeah, and then turn it on and off. The sink, as I would love to emphasize, is not like a garbage disposal kind of kitchen sink. And so if you look close enough down the frickin' drain, there's always gunk in there that kind of builds up for when people wash their dishes because they can't get everything off of the plate at once. And so it backs up often and you have to go to a different floor to wash your dishes. Here is this really big table that no one ever sits at. They just kind of put their stuff here while they're cooking. And yeah, you'll find this is a common trend. I'm used to having air conditioners in buildings, not heaters in buildings, so there's heaters everywhere because it gets so cold here. And here's a microwave, this one microwave for everyone on the floor. Here's the second door that leads into my side of the hall. Alright, so as I mentioned, it's very dorm-like. There's just a very straight hallway of doors. Yep, so here's different colors. Mine is this green door right here. And here's what the key kind of looks like. It's very electronic. You have to like put it on the hole and then open the door. And then yeah, so this is the initial view you get of walking into my room. It's obviously pretty far back, but there's not as much room in terms of width. Okay, close the door. Okay, so when you first walk in, of course, you have this kind of hanging closet thing. It came with some hangers, but it's very not far back. So put the keys down. It's not far back depth-wise, so I only kind of hang my jackets here, like the big winter coat and whatnot that I have, my 30-degree down jacket, and I hang my belts. There's a lot of storage space though, which is what I like about this place because I've been to other residencies that are even bigger than mine and their storage just wasn't laid out well. So I have my little laundry basket here, the broom that they gave me, which I use very often, surprisingly. My hair builds up in this place. Toilet paper area, the dish soap, all my bags and stuff, because in France, they're already on that initiative. They don't have no paper bags anywhere. You pay for that shit. So everyone brings plastic bags everywhere. Here's some closet space, more that I kind of just keep all my medicines and stuff in. And then I have another closet that I like to keep all the cooking stuff. I use a lot of plastic utensils because I don't want to have to deal with washing things. So I own 2 whole ceramic bowls and 1 plate and a pan. That's all that I ever wash. And just all the, you know, perishable, non-perishables. Non-perishables. And here, on here is just kind of free counter space, so I'll put like all the fruits and vegetables. I love eating fruit here. I always buy apples, I always buy bananas, just because, I mean, 99 cents for a bag of apples, and then like 99 cents usually for like 4 or 5 bananas. Like, I'm down for that. And this is their idea of American sandwich bread, which is something that I just think is very interesting. They're very small squares. It's just very white. What's new? And yeah, I put a lot of shoes down here, as well as on the bottom rack of the closet. And then they gave me a little trash can that I have to take out basically every day because it's so small. Here's the big thing. So I get a mini fridge. There's no freezer or anything, so I can't buy ice cream. And it's so non-depth perception that I can't fit anything in here. If I get a thing of meat or steak from the grocery store, I have to take it out of the box immediately and put it in a plastic bag because it doesn't fit in the fridge the way it's supposed to. So that really fucking sucks. Here's the big desk space that I have, and that's something that I really like, is I'm trying to get as far back as possible to get all of it in one frame. Have my bottles up there. Hey, turn up! My blow dryer, and then just all my makeup stuff, and my school stuff, and put this up here for arrangement purpose. I'm too short. I'm too short. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, I collect souvenir shot glasses from everywhere that I go, so I've kind of just been racking them up, like the Amsterdam one, my Scotland one. I may just show my collection once I get back to the States because they're pretty cool looking. As well as I collect souvenir mugs, so I just didn't want to unwrap that since I would have to pack it up again later when I go back to the States. But yeah, I have all my school supplies, my notebooks, my books. I definitely use my computer to take notes a lot more though than I thought I would here versus the States because I'm a notebook person, but it's just easier to carry on a laptop than have to worry about the notebooks at the end of the year. So I've been taking notes on my laptop. My laptop is my pride and joy because it keeps me not bored on Sundays especially. I have my brushes, my bobby pins and stuff, and then my postcards, which I also like to try and collect postcards, but I'm not as good at keeping up with. I bought this at Disneyland Paris, and I was just so psyched about it because I'm obsessed with the Cheshire Cat, for anyone who doesn't know. And so it holds like my scissors, my pens, stuff like that. And then, okay, my bed, twin size bed. It doesn't move, and it's very like stapled to the wall, which pisses me off because when you have to make the bed, it's like there's no room for you to make the bed. Ugh, it's the worst. And they gave me, you could rent for 30 euros for the whole academic year, these bed sheets. So these bed sheets are all rented. Trust me, I would not choose something this tacky normally. I bought the blanket in addition because it was just so cold when I first got here that I needed something fuzzy. And then I got this pillow as well because the pillow that came with the whole package deal was this weird kind of lollipop Tootsie Roll looking pillow, which is very uncomfortable. So I use it sometimes as like a prop up, but this is the main pillow right here. It is the good stuff. There's a wall plug. If you zoom in right here, there's a wall plug. That's pretty legit. Oh no, folks. Yeah, there's a wall plug. And then I decorated it, kind of made it my own by putting pictures both on this side of the wall and on this side. It basically looks like my second Instagram, but in real life. Something that I do love is that there's a very beautiful view, especially right now because there's no cloud cover. It's just a gorgeous day. So there's a great window view, but there's a really big thing in the French culture, and it's the shutters. So you do this and you crank the shutters down, and I would show you, but like then I'd have to put the camera down, so I'm not really sure how I want to do this. Yeah, basically just picture a thing of shutters that kind of comes down on the window, and in the winter especially, you want to have the shutters shut because it makes the largest difference in terms of temperature for the room. It can change the room by about 10 degrees. I mean 10 degrees, depending on if the shutters are open or closed. So I definitely, when it gets cold out, I'll shut those shutters all the way. Only issue that I have with shutters is that they're so thick and so good at their job that if you forget to open the shutters, at least like this much, you know, when you go to bed, you'll wake up in complete darkness. It'll feel like it's midnight in the room, and so you're way more tired because you don't have any kind of time perception. Oh yeah, so in order to have the lights go on, you have to put the key in the little light box, and then everything will start turning on. That's the weirdest thing for me. Close this cabinet. Oh yeah, I put my luggage up there, which is always fun to get down when I need to go traveling, because I have to go get on my stool and try and pull the luggage down, which is a fun one. Okay, so here's the main event. Here's the bathroom. Let's take a look at the door, how it's kind of like a weird plastic door and it's not even touching the floor. Everything about this bathroom is so comedic, so let's turn the light switch on. Okay, so here's the bathroom. It literally looks like an airplane bathroom, am I right? Here's the toilet. I literally can step in here like, what up? And reach back, and here's the shower. Like, let me just open this. I can touch the back of my shower wall just by standing at the sink, which is incredible. And if I went to the bathroom, like here's me like sitting, you know, trying to plan it out, I literally could put my foot in the shower. I could also put my foot like over here. I could put my foot probably on the floor. It's just crazy how small it is. It's literally the size of an airplane, you know, charter bus kind of bathroom. Have a little towel that I got here, which is the shittiest towel of all time. Put the toilet paper down here. Here's like the sink and my toothbrush, my soap, and everything here is a push. That's how everything works in this bathroom, which is some bullshit. So this shower, okay, let me tell you about all the problems with this shower. So this shower, first of all, I mean, the hose, the water pressure is amazing, but it is also a kind of push shower. So in order to get the water to work, you have to continuously hit the knob when you're, oh, my bad. You have to, oh shit, it's still going. What? That's amazing. It just chooses when it wants to work. Yeah, so for the shower, it works on a very short timer. You have to keep pushing it when you're washing your hair, when you're washing your body, your legs, whatever. It's the worst. The bratwurst. And so, issue that I have is that the shower, since it's so small and the floor is like this much inches of space, whenever you turn the shower on, the water will flood not only in here, but to the entire floor, and there's no vent system. So the water will just stay here and put on the floor. So I got one of those kind of shower squeegees to like wipe up the floor after I take a shower, and then I can kind of just step out into a dry floor, which is amazing. But yeah, this bathroom's definitely the comedic highlight of the whole apartment. Everyone loves coming in here to view my apartment just so they can like laugh at my bathroom, which is amazing. Thanks, guys. Alright, so I decided to take you guys to ground zero to kind of see that living space I was talking about. So we're gonna go down all the stairs. See, it's very cookie cutter in terms of all the floors. And if there's people down there, I'm gonna feel so awkward. I'm gonna feel so awkward, but do it for the vlog, am I right? Yeah, so floor one, as I was talking about, because there is a floor one that's like floor two, basically. And then we're almost down here. There's a, if you go down this door on the left, this is where the laundry room is, and it's on a kind of basement floor. You have to go down more stairs. But here's what it looks like. Secretary's office, which is closed for lunch, of course. There's a lot of mailboxes. Here's the front doors. And then, yeah, as I mentioned, there's a lot of mailboxes here that your key works for, or one of your keys works for. And then here's that common area. Chairs, TV, and just a big workspace. Actually, big workspace. People here really like pool and stuff, so there's that. And then when it gets warmer outside, you can go outside. There's like tables and stuff. They're not that exciting, but this is what it looks like. Honestly, while I'm going for it and really showing you the whole building, I thought I might as well just take you to the laundry room as well. So it's down all these stairs in a kind of basement floor. This is what I would consider the ground zero, but it's considered here like more of a basement or a negative one. So for this whole building, like I said earlier, there's 7 floors. So probably, I don't know, like 400, 500 people living here, considering it's one person per room. And there's only 2 washers, 2 dryers, and you have to fight. Like, I've camped out here so many times to use the washer and dryer just because there's that many people that need to use them, and especially on like a Sunday when it's usually laundry day, or like even a Monday. I have to come maybe like Friday night at like midnight because everyone goes to bed so early. I'm like, I'm gonna get you. And yeah, The dryer also, it doesn't dry in one cycle, so you always have to dry it twice, which means if people are going strictly in a line where someone has used all the washers and they're gonna put their stuff in the dryer next, and your clothes aren't dry yet, it's like you have to beat them here and be like, sorry, I'm doing a second cycle, like sucks. I actually had someone, because I didn't know that the laundry doesn't completely lock when it's in cycle, I've had someone actually take my stuff out of the dryer as it was mid-cycle, the second round, and put their stuff in, and then once it was done, put my stuff back in, and they paid for like a second round. And so I came back down here at the hour and realized there was still 45 minutes left on the clock, and I was like, did someone just take my laundry out and do theirs? Because there's no other way this would have worked out. So yeah, no one's in this hallway, so I'm just gonna kind of close the video up now, because there's also no one here to judge me. So yeah, it's kind of a shoddy, I'm gonna go with a shoddy video, because I really kind of turned the camera off, went somewhere, turned it back on, and did it in a lot of parts. I didn't expect to honestly give a tour of this much of the space. I hear someone. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed this kind of room tour, kind of just seeing how living arrangements look like in France. Because yeah, like I said, it's very individualized, it's a lot smaller than the US, and just seeing kind of how I live. I do only pay 244 euros a month though, which would translate to, I believe, 250 US dollars, which is very cheap considering how much I would pay in the US, like probably $700 to live in a room, a shared room within an apartment. So considering I only brought one suitcase, I don't have a lot of stuff, and I'm only gonna be here for like 4 or 5 months. It's not a bad deal, it's just me complaining because the shower especially really gets to me in terms of size, and coming from the United States, I'm used to a big lifestyle with the bathroom being the prized possession of the house, you know, the kitchen always being large, and so seeing everything be so small here, which is just part of the culture really, has been a really big difference for me, and a lot of my friends love coming to view my apartment because it's just so much smaller than theirs. So yeah, bonjour! So yeah, I hope you liked this tour, and I'll have more videos coming at you later about my French lifestyle. Catch you on the flip side.